Hello, everybody. It's Melinda with False Teeth Real Tarot. I want to talk a little bit about the 5 dimensions. I know there's more, probably, but these are the ones that people seem to talk about the most. And close this box up. But yeah, there's some controversy a little bit about the different dimensions and when and how and the ascensions in between the dimensions. And I would like to. I wrote out some things. I don't know, maybe a week ago that I would like to talk a little bit about today before it just gets put into a pile or pitched, because I haven't done it in however long. So, yeah. I will need my glasses here in a second anyway. I'll just put them on in the beginning. So, hope everybody's still doing well, or if they're not, I hope that they feel a little bit better, here in a little bit, or just because, okay? Yeah. Yeah, I cut my hair the other night. Woo! Oh, well. It's okay, I guess. But anyway, oh, these are the bifocals. Let's see how I'm going to do this. I'll show you this part of it, and then I'll read it. Over here, I put love, peace, freedom, and happiness. And then over here, it's like maybe the opposites or something. I got hate, war, enslavement, and sadness. And then I had wrote this down a long time ago on a folder or a thing of mine where I used to make this symbol of this cross all the time when I was young. I'm talking school age. And in the cross we have a symbol. All of my children have this. The wives and stuff. So, except for one, because they just got married not too long ago. And, but anyway, the differences between P-R-E, and end, when we put that cross in the middle, it becomes pretend. Simple, easy, pretend. A lot of people say that if we use like our imagination, we get to these other places, because our mind is a wonderful tool. And yeah, it could take us to so many places. And we teach our children and our grandchildren and how to pretend. We teach them how to play. And they could take a toy or several toys, and their little minds are right there, and which is amazing, because when we're adults, we could use that same pretend to keep playing or keep learning, or go wherever we set our intentions to. And we could learn how to do so many things and go so many places. But I want to talk about the dimensions now, like how they say, 1D, 2D, all the way to 5D, okay? We won't go no further than that. But anyway, okay? Like in the beginning, I'll show it to you, and then I'll read it. Okay. In the dimensions, 1D. 1D was the Big Bang, okay? And the Big Bang became all the stars and planets and suns and galaxies and black holes and the black matter and whatever else is out there, okay? And it took a long time, because they say the Big Bang was billions of years ago, right? And they could even look through telescopes and go out there now and figure out further, like how old certain planets are, because they're so far away. We don't get the whole picture unless we break it down, and there's just so many years in between just the Big Bang, okay? D2 was the forming of atoms with structure, physical universe to hold consciousness, okay? So after the Big Bang, and it made all its stuff, and which it's still making, and like they say, some of the stars, are really burnt out, but we still see the light because we are so far away from it. And but when we was in second dimension, that was where all the atoms, became certain things, and we hit physical universes came about, because every galaxy has its own black hole. Every galaxy has a black hole, okay? And so really there's no reason to be scared. Because I know some people said that they were scared of the black hole. They were scared that we was all going to get sucked into it. Well, that black hole is forever away, okay? And yeah, it might be getting some of the stardust and stuff like that, and it's almost like a vacuum cleaner. It's cleaning out some of the stuff and consuming, and but every galaxy has one, every single one of them. So it must have to be there, right? Okay, so D3, reality, where we first come into consciousness, the conscious world we live or have lived in. So, okay, now, the Big Bang took all those billions of years to get to D2. Then all those millions of years to get to D3. And, which is where this world is right now. We are in D3. And, because reality, where we first come into consciousness, world we live in or have lived in. Because we've had many, many, many lives. There's not too many of us that's been here for the first time. They may have been here for the first time, because that was how they choose to go about it. And but it has taken from billion to million to whatever years to get to where we are right now. And and they say that it's taken however many years, thousands or million years, whatever it is, for people to be able to be right where we are at right now. And everything that lives dies. Everything. Plants, humans, everything. Everything turns into something else, which we as humans go back beyond the veil. And when we choose to come back, we come back. So we have many lives here in this 3D world. And in this 3D world, we're going through all these ascensions. And we've been going through ascensions since humans has first made it to the planet, I believe. And if that's not true, or if that's not so, this is how I believe for right now, anyway. Because my belief system has changed many times over my life, and it just has. And for me to say this is the real deal and the real thing, well, it's the real thing to me right now. Okay, so like they say, you could take what you want and leave the rest. And I know for myself, I have taken some words from people, and I've left the rest until my mind could grasp what they were really saying, or sometimes I've left all of it. So that's how we are. We take what we want and we leave the rest. Okay, and then so 4D. 4D is the mental realms, the concept of time, space, and history, which means the mental realms, when we know what the time, like backwards, now, forwards, past, now, future, when we become in 4D, I do not believe that we are here yet. Some may be. Some may know how to go, back and forward in life. I don't know anybody that could do that, but maybe they can. I know that, mentally, when I set my intentions, and we call it astro traveling. Yes, we could go different places and do different things, but I know I'm not where I could just okay, be there, and then boop, be someplace else in whatever time frame, which is past and future. I cannot physically do that. Okay, so 5D. But in between 1D and 2D, there was all this ascension happening, all this formation, like when it was just the Big Bang, and then all that ascension had to happen until it made it to D2, and then all that ascension had to happen until it made it to D3, and then all this ascension has to happen until we make it to D4, I believe. And then after we have mastered D4, there's D5, the fifth dimension. So, in my belief, it is when we go beyond the mental. It is the gateway to all other dimensions, past, present, and the future. It's being able to manifest. We will be able to manifest out of the materials and energy that is in the universe. Now, do not try to do this until you are ready, because it could definitely hurt your immune system, or jumping from 3 to 5. Some people who has tried to do that, I know, and they don't talk about this, but it's literally, it's killed them because they just, their mind, because their mind is, it's powerful. And some say, that they just died in their sleep, or they was doing something and they passed that away. Well, and then, but if you talk to certain other friends or whatever, they were trying to get to some place where they physically and mentally was not ready. And I do believe that when we totally get, when we master that going backward and forward and now time, and we start being able to manifest, and then we'll start, as soon as we hit that D4, then we start going through ascensions again. And it takes however long it takes to get through that dimension. And that's, I don't know. But that was my male dog. But anyway, yeah, he's scratching behind his ear. It must have got the right spot. But anyway, when we can manifest, some say that they've been able to do this. There was somebody, I forget their name, but they say that he can, in his mind, like either put out his hand or whatever and manifest an apple right into his hand. That's taking everything from all these ascensions, from all these coming backs and all these coming backs to learn different levels, because they say that we come here, we learn things, and then we go back, and then when we're ready, we come down here and we learn some things, and then we go back. All that is ascending, up, up, and up, and up. And sometimes it takes us longer than others, but we all seem, to, I think we're here to lift up some of the ones that's that needs help lifting up. And we all need help lifting up sometimes. Sometimes we are down in the dumps and it takes somebody else, a friend, or getting online or something, and then they feel better, and that's awesome that we help each other like that. But yeah, the ascension part, I believe in. And yeah, there's a lot of different, like being tired and all that. You can look that up online on the different ascension, or Allie had them up, a lot of them, the other day. And so I think that there's a lot to learn. And to be able to ascend is, yes, it's a wonderful thing. But when we do make it to the end of our time this time and go up and see all of our family, and our starseed family, whatever we do up there beyond the veil, and when we come back, we're ready to try, again, learning little bits and pieces at a time, and we continue to grow. And then when we get to a point, we ascend to the next level. But that doesn't mean, I believe, that when we ascend, we go to a whole nother place, a whole nother dimension. I can't, in my mind, I can't see that. I can see ascending up and ascending up and ascending up, that if it took billions of years to get to one thing, how could have it only taken a couple hundred years? I don't know. Maybe it does. I don't know. Either way, how about some thumbs up, man? But there is some more that I wanted to read that I got wrote down. But I'll show you. I believe they say that we have 3 brains: one in our head, one in our heart, and one in our gut. And we use our heart and our head simultaneously to create reality. Our head is the servant of our heart. In 3D and 4D, the key to manifest is to ask for what you want. Feel, which is your gut, when you get that gut feeling. And that it is yours. That's what we do now. When we ask for something, we're trying to manifest something, we ask for it and we let it go. Right? When back over here, all they have to do in 5D is say, oh, I would like an orange. And an orange just appear. Because we have everything in this universe, everything in this world to create everything. You know, that's how all this life is. You know, is we grow fruits and vegetables, critters, people, and we make things along the way to help us. And yeah, so just manifesting something and allowing it to appear. Say that we would like a new truck. And one that's not just new, one that runs good, you know, brand new, and will be effective, efficiently for yourself. And you manifest that, because everything that's inside of this universe makes trucks every day. But instead of people putting it all together, it just manifests. Now, I don't know anybody that could do that. They do say that there is one person, and I want to look that up. Maybe you guys could look it up too. But I don't know if they just have magic tricks or if they really are doing it. You know, I don't know, because I did not look it up. But now we have that when we manifest, that we ask for something and we have to say every little part of it. You know, not just like say that if I was wanting that new truck, and I'm not going to say that because I haven't manifested that. I haven't tried to manifest that. Would I like a new truck? You better believe it. But I didn't manifest it yet, and I don't want to do it right just this second because it wouldn't be in the right way, in my belief. But say that we wanted our pet, a lost pet, a pet that is passed. Say that we want them to return to us. And I believe that we can make that manifestation, however your ritual is, or however you say it and state it. Say it to a T, because, you know, we want that manifestation to be correct when it comes to us. And I think a better way to put this, because I just keep going to Pet Cemetery, and we don't want Pet Cemetery. Like as if you want, say that you want a man, okay? Been there, done that, have 5 sons to prove it. Don't need to do that no more. maybe I do. Maybe I will. I don't know. Because, yeah, there wasn't nothing wrong with that either. But anyway, say that you want it. No, I do not want. Okay, so I'm just saying this. This is an example. It's an example, okay? Say that you want a man. And if you just say something like, you want to manifest this man. I want to manifest this man. Yeah, with brown hair and green eyes, hazel eyes, whatever color that you're wanting. Okay? But here comes this man. Brown hair. Gorgeous green eyes, gorgeous hazel eyes. Comes into your life, and you're like, oh yes, I manifested this. And you guys get together, and he's a real asshole. Well, if we manifest just looks, not that they're going to be good to us, or a healthy individual, or whatever you would want your critiques to be, manifest it, say it, feel it, and then let it go. And when it comes to you, and then it comes to you, but that's 3D level, I believe. Yes, we are all different dimensions, but we are all here too. Okay? And the one in the lower dimensions we could help lift up. Like the ones that I don't want to use that example, but when people have gone through what they've gone through in these last years, and our family members come back into reality, or our friends come back into reality, and we don't have to remember all the bad shit. We don't have to remember all that bad shit that they've said or done, or how they believed at the time, because we all believe in a certain way, and then it changes over time, I believe. And so I think if we could just love them through it, just like if I was going through something, I would want somebody to love me through it. And I'm sure that I've been through certain somethings that maybe somebody didn't love me through it, and but then came back later, and I guess they were glad that things has changed, because there's been times that things has happened that, I wasn't always in a peppy good mood because certain something's happened. But when I came back into reality, I became another stepping stone, and I ascended a little bit more, and so I think that that's why that some of us ascend in different times. Yes, a lot of us that are all together that we call a community family, yes, we seem to, within like a month or two's time, we feel these ascension things that is going on in our life, how our bodies feel, how this and that, but because we're all this one big community. But other communities, they may be in a higher, level of this ascending. And there's some of us out there that's in a lower level of this ascending. But we are all still here to help each other, because we all need that helping hand. Help me up, and they jump down because they've already been here. Then they help us up. Because when you jump in the hole to help somebody out of the problem, because they've been here before and they know the way out, it's a whole lot easier than somebody that hasn't been here before and they're trying to help, but you may get a ladder. That would help out the hole, right? And then you can find your own ascension that way. Okay. So, okay, and then let it go. And then good vibrations from you. Let me just read what, I don't remember what I wrote. Good vibrations from you will find what you are seeking. Not so good vibrations when you find the not so good things that you may not want. Your thoughts will bring your reality. Okay, so when we think bad thoughts, when we're thinking bad thoughts about things, and because I've heard people talking about how, well, I this bad thing happens and that bad thing happens, and it does. These bad things happen and happen and happen all the time, constantly, and nothing's never changing. Well, like they say, nothing changes unless it changes, you know? And I had made up this tattoo, I don't know how many years ago, maybe 15 or so years ago, and then I got it put it on me. Then I had it put on me. And it's because change comes from within. It's an inside job. It's not something that, we can just pull out of the air and put inside of us, because we're not there yet. So it's an inside job. And so what I did was I took change, quarters, nickels, dimes, pennies, whatever. And then there's this, like, have anybody ever seen those tattoos where, like, as if a claw came down and, like, scraped you open, and then you could just see, like, the insides? Well, what I did was it opened up a flap, and inside that flap, where you could see, like, the muscles and stuff like that, whatever's there, and I put change in there. The quarters, the nickels, the dimes, the pennies. Change comes from within, and it looks like the change is coming from within. Maybe one day I'll show you all that. But it's right here on my leg, on the inside of my right knee, right there. I think that's where it's at. Oh, I got so damn many tattoos. I love tattoos, because they used to say that, a long time ago, they used to walk around with thin skin, and it was on a stick or on something that they made, that there was a picture on it. Say that there was a picture of a buffalo. Well, then you would know that these people were, or this person that was walking or riding or whatever, when you see them, you knew that they was an okay person, because they were from, they were buffalo people. And or whatever picture that they put on there, they put it on thin skin, and on a thin skin, and they carried it around with them. And that's what I do every day. And I put it on thin skin. And so I've got different things throughout my life that I have put in a tattoo. And which now I wouldn't say real thick-skinned, but it takes pretty much to piss me off, you know what I mean? I don't know. Now I'm just going to be rambling. So I just wanted to let everybody know how I did this. Okay, take care. Have a good day, everybody. Much love and light.